Hey guys, alright, this is part 2. Sorry about earlier, the camera ran out of memory, so I had to erase a couple videos that I previously had done, previous side jobs. So now that I got memory, I'm going ahead and finishing up this plug here. We got this oil plug here on the 2011 Honda Civic, still the VP. And I had said earlier on the previous video we were going to start the process of tightening up the plug. Alright, so this is your plug here. Let me grab this rag. Alright, like I said, it's very tiny down here, so please bear with me. Sorry if the video's a little crappy. Alright, so what you want to do is clean up your work you've done. Alright, that way when you come back down, or if anything happens, you know, during your drive or anything, you can see if you have a leak anywhere. So you always want to clean up after yourself, just so you know, hey, I cleaned that up. And you look down here later on, or you notice oil in your driveway or in the street or anywhere, and you're like, why is that oil there? Well, if you clean it up, if you already previously had cleaned it up and there's oil here now, and that could only say two things: you either didn't tighten it enough, or you messed up the threads inside and now there's a leak. Or also, you can probably have a crack somewhere in this vicinity or anywhere else, because when the wind blows underneath, it'll start taking the oil, and the oil just can spatter all over the place. So I like to do is clean up right after myself. And if you do have the same vehicle as my wife does, it states here engine oil, and it has a little arrow pointing at it, so that makes it really dumbified for the people that just don't know what they're doing. And I won't judge them, I'm just here to simply help. Like I said, I'm doing it myself, so I'm not a professional, but I do my homework, guys. Alright, so now that we got this cleaned up, let's go ahead and tighten her up. Size 17, like I said last time. You don't necessarily need to use a ratcheting wrench, but I like to use it. That way it just gives me one half movement instead of take off, put it back on, take off, put it back on. You know, that just gets boring. Okay, let me move my oil pan. And like I said, lefty loosey, righty tighty. Now you don't want to have to over tighten it, because it's going to be difficult for you to tighten it back up, because the oil pan and the engine does tend to absorb heat. So when it absorbs heat, it contracts. So in other words, it gets bigger and smaller as it heats up. So what that does is tighten up your bolt and your threads. Alright, hold on guys, I thought I saw a drip of oil after I just tightened it up. Alright. Well, that was a little scary. Sometimes they do have washers here, so please don't lose your washer. Replace it if it does have a washer, if you're replacing the plug, the oil plug itself. Okay, now for the oil filter. Remember, I had stated earlier you want to use a set of these just because it's a smaller oil filter, and it is located right over here. If you look, this is the reflection of their oil filter right there. Let me see if I can get a better view for you guys. Alright, here you go guys. This is it right here. Here was your oil plug. and here is your oil filter. So you just simply want to unfasten your oil plug here, grab your oil pan, which I have here right next to me, and also undo your oil filter, and while the top of the cap of the engine is undone. That way it flows down perfectly and fast. It'd make this oil change a lot faster. So what you want to do, like I said, lefty righty tighty, lefty loosey, just grab a hold of it just like so and twist it, twist it, twist it. That's all you want to do. Just twist the damn thing, twist the damn thing. Don't over tighten, like I said. Do not over tighten, do not over tighten. Don't need to. Damn thing's coming off in 3,000 miles or whatever manufacturer states. So don't make your life harder, guys. All right, let's head up top. All right, guys, so we're back now. I try to set up my cell phone as good as possible. That way y'all are all able to see. All right, what we have here now is the top of the engine, where I previously told you this is your engine oil cap, your 5W20. This is where you want to remove it and add your oil. Now here we have a funnel. Also find it at your local store, mechanic store. All right, and what you want to do is place it right in there, and you have your oil, and this right here is the capacity of your oil. You see it floating around right there. You want to go ahead and drain this puppy. All right, and you got 4 quarts to go. Also, for you guys that I want to know a little bit more, pay attention to the color of your oil. You know, and pay attention to the color of your oil when you're flushing it out, when you're draining the oil from down under at the oil pan. Now notice the color going in, notice the color coming out after a couple thousand miles, 3,000 to 5,000. All right, and pay attention to the smell of the oil. Once again, it's Mobil 1 full synthetic 5W20, 4 quarts. Pay attention to all that stuff, guys. That way you know what you're messing with. You know the viscosity of it. Viscosity, which is the thickness of the oil, how it would flow better. Higher viscosity is for a lot bigger engine. Your bigger diesel engines, you know, big construction diesel trucks and stuff, you want to go with 40, 60, you know, the higher the number, the higher the viscosity. Here we got 5W20, not in the big engine. You know, it's an inline 4, so it's not too rugged. Alright, just pay attention to your oil. Hey guys, so we're back again. I went ahead and filled up all 4 quarts of oil in the engine here, the full synthetic. Now we're gonna go ahead, and what I did was lower the vehicle, took the jack stands off and the hydraulic floor jack off. That way you level out the vehicle, and that way you have a more precise measurement of oil. So we're gonna go ahead and check the oil now. Just go ahead and clean it off. Alright, so this is the little small dipstick they got. It's called orange. Alright. Well, from the looks of it, well, you can't really tell, but I'm looking at it here and it looks pretty darn good to me. Yep. So you want to go ahead and measure it, and if it looks good to you, to the full mark, then you're good to go, guys. And that's about it. I like to check it a couple times just to be safe. Yeah, it looks good to me. This is how the dipstick look. Maybe I can capture it. There you go. So it has a bunch of squiggly lines, and once it reaches right here, that tells me that it's full, and that's where it's at, guys. Well, y'all basically conducted an oil change for a Honda Civic 2011 VP 4-door. It's not too difficult, guys. Do it yourself at home. You save yourself a lot of time and a lot of money. You don't have to deal with those stupid people at the dealerships. You know, I at once thought I can work there, but by talking to my friends and seeing how they do, now I'm entitled to my own opinion, and that's just the way it is. And the world goes round. I honestly dislike dealerships. You know, sometimes they forget to put the oil in your car. And you come out leaving, hey, I got my oil changed, my car's ready to rock, and you're flooring that bastard. By the time you know it, about 1,000 miles later, your light comes on, you're wondering why. So then you go to check your oil, you ain't got no goddamn oil in your car. Why? Because those dumbasses at the dealership, they must have been running around, you know, doing other cars and so many things at one time, you know. They forgot to put the oil in your car, and they just simply assumed they did it. Then when you go to tell them, hey, my warranty, you know, covers my engine, you know, it's locked up now, let me get my brand new engine, they're gonna tell you, kiss my ass. That's basically it. I read all the forums. That happens to people. It's real. So don't be one of those people. Make sure you read your warranty carefully. Make sure you're within the miles. Make sure. I just recently took my car in. I was covered under warranty. I got the extended warranty. That way they don't mess with me. You know, but I make sure I don't touch anything I'm not supposed to avoid my warranty. You know, warranty is a safe thing, but just, you know, double check their work. Alright? So that's about it, guys. I'm Sergeant Tech once again. Please let me know what y'all think about these videos, what I can do better just to make it better for y'all guys. I'm kind of new at this stuff, so I just keep going and making videos. But this is what I do. I do little side jobs on the side, and yeah, guys, I'm not professional like I said. So please leave me a comment below, guys. Like me, subscribe to my channel if you like. Alright, Sergeant Tech, I'm out. Peace.